Thanks, Ali, and good morning to you all. As the South African Police Service, we are pleased to announce developments relating to the break-in that took place at the offices of the Chief Justice during the early hours of Saturday, the 17th of March 2017. Within days of the commission of this crime, commendable progress has been made in the investigation following the unfortunate incident of burglary at the offices of the Chief Justice. The multidisciplinary team led by the Deputy Provincial Commissioner of Crime Detection in Gauteng, Major General Mary Motsepe, has been hard at work, and their efforts culminated in the arrest of 3 men in Mamelodi over the past few days. The team followed leads and information which resulted in operations being conducted on identified addresses in Mamelodi in search of the stolen equipment and the perpetrators of this crime. During the search of the identified premises, 3 men were arrested linked to the break-in at the offices of the Chief Justice to enable further investigation into the matter. Various items, including unlicensed firearms and fake identity documents, were seized during the operations. These items are considered evidential material which will be presented in court. We are also pleased to report that a vehicle which was possibly used as a getaway car during the commission of the crime has been seized by our members. Further interviewing of those who were arrested revealed the identity of a person with critical information required to solve the crime and the recovery of the stolen IT equipment. The South African Police Service is calling upon Mr. Nkosinathi Msimango, who was in the vicinity of Mamelodi on the day of the arrest and who has valuable information and insight into the commission of this crime, to approach the investigating officer and or report at the nearest police station to assist in this matter. The 3 suspects already in custody are expected to appear in court in Mamelodi today. They will face charges relating to other crimes they were possibly linked to, pending further investigation on this matter. As the South African Police Service, we record our confidence in the criminal justice system and in particular the courts of this country. We believe that the seriousness of this crime and the stature of the office of the Chief Justice will be considered in the further processing of the cases the apprehended people are linked to. The outcry and outrage of citizens over this incident is justified because brazen criminals targeted the office of the highest judicial officer in our country. However, our team's speedy response to the crime and the thorough investigation of this crime will not go unnoticed, should be commended and recognized by all. The South African Police Service has noted with serious concern misplaced and or irresponsible utterances and allegations made undermining the mandate of the South African Police Service provided for in the Constitution of our country to prevent, combat and investigate crime. These statements are demoralizing to the hard-working members of the South African Police Service and are not assisting in the investigation process. We call upon responsible citizens and leaders from all walks of life to take up their rightful place in society and contribute positively and constructively in the fight against crime. Making baseless and unfounded allegations against any individual or leaders in government is not helpful during the course of investigation of crimes like that which manifested itself at the offices of the Chief Justice. Casting a shadow of doubt on the capability of the South African Police Service to investigate any crime committed is not assisting. Anyone with credible information relating to this crime or any other crime committed must feel free to approach the investigating officers and deposit such information to enable the resolution of such crimes. The significant breakthrough, together with the speedy resolution and or breakthroughs in cases of babies who appear in KwaZulu-Natal, as well as the Otia heist, bears testimony to the fact that the South African Police Service remains committed to prioritizing and thoroughly investigating serious crimes such as these in a bid to reduce the incidence of serious crime and violent crimes in our country. We have also sanctioned a security assessment for the purposes of advising on the enhancement of security at the offices of the criminal justice system, offices of the Chief Justice. We are extremely pleased that our members are working tirelessly to ensure that the perpetrators of this crime are brought to book. I am urging the people of South Africa to continue to work closely with our members to ensure that incidents which seeks to undermine our constitution must not have a place in our society. The leadership of the South African Police Service in all provinces continues to intensify their crime combating strategies and operations to ensure a safe and secure environment for all. The back to basics approach adopted by the South African Police Service, which encompasses the thorough investigation of all crimes committed, is yielding results. We thank you all.
Thank you very much, General. I introduced everyone but myself. I'm Brigadier Sally De Beer, Head of Media Relations in the SAPS. We'll take a round of questions and then we will ask the General to respond. Looking at the front rows first, Barry, and then over there, and Karen. And can we try and stick to the topic of the day, please? Please introduce yourself.
Morning, General, and to the delegation. Barry Bateman, Eyewitness News. General, are you able to at this stage disclose any information related to the 3 suspects arrested? Given the nature of this particular crime and the facility that was burgled, suggestions usually the case is an inside job. Somebody has very specific information to enable them to get in or some assistance of some sort. Are you able to say, was this an inside job? Or have you located anybody who possibly assisted these thieves? Thank you.
Marijke from Jacaranda FM. Just to check, the information obviously that was taken, that was on these computers, some of it might be of quite a sensitive nature. It's to do with people's personal information. What exactly is at risk here for people? I mean, is there a possibility of giving extra security to people that might be at risk here? And then the process of getting some of that information back and possibly gauging how far this information is moved.
Thank you, Karen.
Karen Morn from ENCA. The suspect, the person whose name you mentioned, is he a suspect or does he have information? And also we understand, I've been to the Office of the Chief Justice, there are CCTV cameras there. Have there been any reason why the police haven't released the images or image of the suspects so that they could be identified and tracked down by the public? Or have those people been arrested? Are the people who were arrested in that footage, or are you able to say that? And have the police been able to recover or are in the process of recovering the stolen computers? Because obviously that would be a huge source of relief to the judges.
Okay, I'll take one more question in this round. The lady next to Karen.
Valdi Karatse, TVC News. I'm wondering if you know what the motive was for this robbery.
Okay, thank you, General. When you're ready.
Thank you. Thanks for the questions, Barry. On information relating to the people arrested, we are unable to disclose further details in that regard. We do not at this stage have information on whether it was an inside job or not, because not one of the 3 is a staff member. The 3 are just criminals that are out there. As to whether there was an inside job and or collusion, the investigation is still at the preliminary level. Maybe further work which is being done will dictate. Marika, I'm unable to say much about the information on the computers because I am obviously not within the establishment of the Office of the Chief Justice. What we know is that there are 15 computers that were stolen, and ours is to work hard to make sure that they are recovered. As to what detailed information is loaded on those computers, it is not for me to tell. And I mean, that goes me not knowing what information is in there. I may not necessarily express myself around the risk. Safe to say that we are concerned that there was a security breach at the offices of the Chief Justice. It is for that reason that we, amongst others, sanctioned the security assessment of the premises. Karen, in my statement, I said I never spoke about Nkosinathi Msimango as a suspect. We said further interviewing of those who were arrested revealed the identity of a person with critical information required to resolve the crime and the recovery of the stolen IT equipment. And then I went further to say, as the South African Police Service, we are calling upon Mr. Nkosinathi Msimango, who was in the vicinity of Mamelodi on the day of the arrest, and who has valuable information and insight into the commission of this crime, to approach the investigating officer and or report at the nearest police station to assist in this case. I think it's written in simple English. Nowhere there are we talking of a suspect. If you arrive at that conclusion, that's your own conclusion, it's not ours. CCTV footage, it's a subject of further investigation. There is no reason for us to make such public. We will continue to process that footage to develop a better understanding of what is it that happened on the day. We obviously, in the very same paragraph that I have read, you would have noted that we say Mr. Nkosinathi Msimango's valuable information will assist in the recovery of the IT equipment stolen. So that means we did not lay our hands on that equipment yet, but it is a matter we are following up, even with the interviewing of the suspects that are there. I forgot the last person's name, but the motive, we can't tell what the motive is at this stage. All what we know is that a criminal activity has realized at the offices of the criminal justice, the Chief Justice. Further investigation may reveal that motive. We are not there yet. Thanks, Aline.
Thank you very much, General. Let me just say that we are very pressed for time. You may have noticed we've got a parade on today, and all three on the panel in uniform are speakers at the parade. So can I take another round of questions, please? Okay, I note 1 and 2, and 3 with Karen, and then we will wrap it up. Thank you.
Good morning, General. Anton Meyer from Pretoria FM. Do you expect to make more arrests after further investigation? And then secondly, is there reason to believe that that there's a relation between the break-in at the Social Development Director, former DG at Social Development, Zane Dango's house, and the burglary at the Office of the Chief Justice? Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm General Tricia from the SAPS. I have two questions. The one is it possible to perhaps disclose which judges' files were stolen, if it's possible, if we can get that information? The other question I have is, are you investigating the possibility that there might be a serious link between the break-ins and the investigations of serious cases, for instance, that the break-ins are perhaps targeting people who are investigating serious matters or involved in judicial processes in serious matters? We're investigating that possibility.
Okay, thank you. And Karen?
Just on the Zane Dangle issue, I mean, he's publicly said that when he reported the break-in, that he was told by the police that it wasn't, they wouldn't allow him to open a case because nothing was taken. Could you, I mean, I understand that subsequent to that, you know, there may have been developments in terms of him in fact laying a case, but on a principle level, is that the stance of the South African Police Service, that if someone tries to break in and is unsuccessful, you can't lay a case? Could you just talk about the principle at the heart of that particular allegation? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, General, and welcome to the Times. I think you must have had traffic on your way here.
Karen, on the Zane Dango's matter, I've listened to what was said even in the media. It's a matter that I will want to follow up on. If nothing was taken, it doesn't necessarily mean that there was no crime committed. You have people who are foreign in that house that found access in there. So that's why there is provision in our common law crimes that there is a crime called attempted. It's either an attempted robbery or an attempted burglary and so on. We will follow the matter up to understand what is it that it is meant when someone say we are not able to open a case, and who is it that said so, so that we have a better understanding of what happens. Without facts, I'm not able to say much on that particular matter. And maybe Treasure, the question of which files, of which judges, I don't know. All I know is that there are 15 computers from the Office of the Chief Justice that were stolen. As to what was in those files or contained in those computers, it's detailed. That is a subject of further investigation. We can't say much about that now. I don't know when you talk about this break-in and want to relate it to other investigations or other matters, serious matters that are being processed by the judiciary. I don't have evidence to that effect. I don't have anyone with credible information that was deposited with us, which warrants a follow-up investigation. And that's why we are calling upon everyone to desist from making irresponsible statements and linking certain persons with this crime without any substantial information that could assist us in the resolution of this crime. Anton, yes, we expect more arrests. The team is hard at work pursuing information at our disposal. And unfortunately, I can't help you in drawing the relationship between what happened in the office of the Chief Justice to the one that happened in the former DG's house. I don't have any supporting information in that regard.
Thank you very much, General. I see our late arrival. We can allow him to ask a question before we close. Thank you. Graham.
Sorry, General Graham Husky from the Times. In connection with this person that you're looking for, this Sinati Msimanga, can you give any more information on him? What role he's can play in assisting the police? I mean, any further information you should provide on him, please?
Graham, you will find the answer in the statement that has been released. We said he will provide valuable information. So it's clearly articulated in that statement.
You can't elaborate on the kind of information. I mean, is it alleged that he knows the individuals or how the type of valuable information?
That's exactly what we have spoken to during this press briefing.
Thank you very much, Generals, and thank you very much for being here. As I said, we are very pressed for time. We have a parade on, so unfortunately we won't be able to afford a series of one-on-one interviews after this. And if I could just ask, the parade that we've gone on is for the Special Task Force. So that is why we haven't invited the media, because we may not publish their faces, as with other special forces throughout the world. But if anyone does decide to stop in there, there'll be some good parachuting. Please, no photographs and no visuals of our members on parade's faces. Thank you very much.
I think, Sally, we must emphasize that part. Can you just allow us not to be irresponsible? Do not publish any pictures of any one of the special task force members. We are pleading with you. Let us not be irresponsible.
Thank you very much. We are now concluded with our media briefing.
Thank you.